just got back from watching Warfare and I'm pissed. Oh shit, my bad. My bad, I forgot. I gotta take these out. My bad, I almost lost my hearing from that screening though. That Dolby Cinema screening was definitely an experience. I can't hear anything. I don't feel anything. I just feel numb. 4 people walked out of my screening and I have a lot of thoughts. I'm really struggling with how I should be engaging with this film. So this review might come off as a scattered mess of thoughts and opinions and some dumb jokes, but I'm always gonna be unapologetically me because that's all I know how to be. And I'm gonna talk about this and review it in a spoiler-free manner, so don't worry, there's not gonna be any spoilers here. I mean, a film like this, like, spoilers don't mean shit. Like, this is an experience. But either way, man, me and you, we gotta talk about it. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But for real, the sound design is brilliant. The decision to leave this film scoreless just amplifies every single gunshot, every single scream, every single show of intimidation, every single hit. You don't just hear it, you feel it. And like I mentioned at the jump, watching this in Dolby Cinema is an experience that I'll never forget. It's funny, in my Letterboxd review, I wanted to write a really dumb one-liner. Richard Linklater's Everybody Wants Some if it was a war film. After those first few minutes where you just see these young men and soldiers just hanging out having fun, I was like, man, I'm missing out. But after those first few minutes, this movie loses all of its levity. It loses all of that fun, innocence, and becomes a roller coaster of relentless anxiety and brutality. You know, a lot of people might say that any film like this, any war film in general, is inherently going to be propaganda-based, trying to push some message, but I just don't really see that with Warfare. I mean, you can make an argument that every single film, most films, have some type of ulterior motive anyway, whether that be capitalism or whatever the director wants to get across, but that's neither here nor there. You really should just leave that shit at the door. You can feel how you want to feel. I chose to just experience this movie from Ray Mendoza's perspective, who is the co-director of this film alongside Alex Garland. And if you don't know, Ray Mendoza is an actual Navy SEAL, and this film is dedicated to one of his friends who was horribly injured and couldn't remember anything from this mission. Like the opening title suggests in this movie, these are their memories. Or should I say, they're nightmares. We're just dropped into this mission alongside these men, and it feels like we're experiencing this horror alongside with them. There's no narrative, there's no 3-act structure, there's no main character, there's no big action set pieces. We're just living in a moment, in memories, experiencing, feeling, anxiety. People always talk about how they want more show, not tell in their films, and this film does exactly that. It shows you how pointless war is. There's a moment that happens in this movie where you'll see what I mean by that. I mean, it's not revolutionary in that sense. We've had plenty of war films that have a similar message, but it's really not even trying to tell you a message. It's just existing. And the reason I said Everybody Wants Them is because it feels like they cast everyone's favorite, like, young Hollywood studs that everybody loves. Joseph Quinn, Charles Melton, Will Poulter. I mean, you know your movie's fucked up when Will Poulter ain't even having a good time. But I feel like they cast them on purpose to show you just how visceral, ugly war is. Those screams and images are gonna be haunting. 4 people walked out of my screening, and I don't blame them. The end credits really sum it all up for me, man. I never really get moved or emotional during these type of war films. I just feel like I become numb to it. But the honesty and sincerity of this film, like, it got me. It got me to tear up. And it just makes me feel happy to be alive. We all have our different views on what art is. Most people will look at a painting, they'll tell you that's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. Someone else will see it, and they'll tell you it's dog shit. That's kind of the beauty of it. I don't quite think it's like this masterpiece or something incredible. I think it's important, and I'm glad I watched it, and it moved me. And for that, I ended up giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, and I definitely would recommend watching this in the theater. Dolby Cinema specifically. Just make sure you bring some of these. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. You're going to be checking out Warfare this weekend. If you've already seen it, drop a comment down below, and as always, like and follow for more.